What's up, boys and girls? Steve Domenico in the Room Podcast. Hope you can hear me. Think you can hear me. Wait a minute. Am I here? Am I live? Am I on? All right, I always panic in the beginning to make sure you can hear me and all, so let me see. There I am. I'm on. All right, so this week, Glory, the Fury Watson, Tom Pagliarulo, both NEF champions, coming on the podcast, calling in, and I'm live. I don't know if you can see me right there. Can you see me? I'm very excited to have these two young. Oh, hi, Megan. Hey, Megan. Justin Smith. All right, you got audio. Everyone's cool. I always panic in the beginning. So we're going to start off the show really about talking a little bit about news happening last week. Glory Watson's going to call in at 8:45, and Tom Pagliarulo will be calling in on his break at work at 9:10. But Joshua Belanja was in the Room podcast last week, here with Jeff Joy, bantamweight amateur champion for Cage Titans. We had Brian Gerson in last week, and we're going to talk a little bit about what we talked about last week with Cupcakes Campbell, Johnny Cupcakes Campbell, to start off the show because Mike Heck today. Let me get onto my OBS here so I can put up something. So first of all, this is a little thing I sent out, and Cupcakes, Johnny Campbell shared it. It's just free cupcakes. It's a hashtag we're sending out right now to free cupcakes to get him his suspension lifted, because he has to go through a few hurdles to get that done when actually he shouldn't have had to in the first place. It seems to be that way. So today, Mike Heck from, I'll get to it in a minute, but Mike Heck writes for My MMA News, which is a big website. Also, I think Fansided. Mike Heck has his own podcast. All that good stuff. He's been doing it a long time. Writes great stuff. And when he writes an article about somebody in, one of the New England guys to do with this nature, failing a drug test, and the Rhode Island State Commission and all this involved, it gets his ears ringing, and he wants to get involved and see what the hell's going on. So Mike he sent out an article today, and let me just see if I can show that article right now. So there it is right there. This is just a portion of the article when Johnny talks about, he'd still fight for CES because CES was in Rhode Island, and this is where all this happened. But he will never fight in Rhode Island again because he feels that there could be another. He feels they don't have their shit together, is what he's saying. And I'm not saying fighters shouldn't fight in Rhode Island because it's where I live and I want to see professional fighting in Rhode Island. But I want the commission to really be accountable for the mistakes they make, and when they backtrack, all it does is cost the fighter money and getting his career, past the regional level, where Johnny was kind of on a tear. So that's Mike Heck from the Bodylock MMA.com. Check that article out. I shared it everywhere. Johnny, he's got I don't know what kind of battle he's got going on, but we're going to talk to him again. I know it's kind of a touchy situation with lawyers, and he just wants to be able to get his fight career going again. Because like he said last week, fighters don't make that much money, so what's he going to sue them for? Basically peanuts. So, but he wants to get out there so this doesn't happen to more fighters in the future. So who do we else have here? Somebody is messaging me when I have a podcast. But like I said before, I'm going to play a video from last week when Brian Gerson kind of broke down kind of what the regulations are from the Rhode Island State Athletic Commission. And Johnny had a couple of minutes talking about actually what happened here and the mistake they made. So I'm going to throw that out there, and then we're going to have Glory on in about 5 minutes. But we'll listen to this real quick.
They tested his sample.
Exactly.
They provided the results of
That's
the sample.
the perfect sample.
We have a sheet of the test results that clearly state what his nanograms are. And we know by looking at their policies on the state of Rhode Island government website that is 150 nanograms. So the test falls below it.
Johnny, why would you think they threw that out there to retest? And then why would they do that? Just to backtrack it?
I don't want to speculate necessarily, but it's just very, very wrong situation.
All right.
Is what I'm
I
saying.
think it's a little odd that they would ask for that. I mean, if I was going to be totally honest, it seems as though they wanted me to retest, say that I passed, and then just pretend like nothing ever happened.
Okay.
But
we don't know that.
We did enough research that we know that it probably was a mistake in the first place.
Well, here it is though, Johnny. Yeah, that's a big fucking mistake because. So that's that. I posted that on the whole interview with Johnny. I posted on all our pages, so it's all over the place. And check out that Mike Heck interview. They did speak with CES. We're not blaming CES for this because it was the commission, not CES. It just happened to happen at CES, so their name is being mentioned. And they're in Rhode Island, and they're the only professional MMA organization in Rhode Island. So it's a big deal. So if you want to fight in Rhode Island as an MMA fighter, other than that's it. Just for CES, you're gonna have to deal with that commission every time. So that's kind of a shame. But hashtag one more time. Send this out for Johnny. Hashtag free cupcakes. Keep sending it out because as Mike Polvier said today, it's not. He made a really good point, and check out his sharing of the article too because he put a really good he put a lot of good words together about what goes on and the hurdles and the problems with some of the commissions, not just in Rhode Island, all over the place. So check that out. He's helped Johnny out because Mike's a very smart guy with kind of legal stuff and reading stuff, and so he's helping Johnny get back into the cage because Johnny was scheduled to fight for Cage Titans the last combat night, and Cage Titans has another full MMA card coming in November, and Johnny could be headlining that card, or we don't know. It depends how long this commission screws around. So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. What time is it? Gloria, I got 3 minutes. So that's it with Johnny. One more thing, or two more things right here. Calvin Kattar, his fight was moved to November 9th in Moscow. Supposedly he is injured, but so the fight is rescheduled for 2.5 weeks later. I don't know what kind of injury he could have, or if that news is even accurate. But why'd they move the card 3 weeks later? Why'd they do that? Because he's injured. But what kind of injury when you can get back in there 3 weeks later? So I really don't know what's going on with that. Manny Bermudez, big news with him. Also, he is fighting Charles Rosa in Boston. So we lost a fight and we gained another New England fight. Kind of two New England fighters here. Because as we know, Charles Rosa has fought for CES through his whole basically beginning of his professional career. And Manny has been in that cage, the CS cage, a couple of times. And this is at featherweight, I do believe. So I think Manny has been fighting at bantamweight, but he's moving up to featherweight. I could be totally wrong with this, but it is what it is. That's why you guys come on here and tell me what's going on. So last bit of news before I move on to... all right, never mind. That's a picture in itself. No Boundary is coming. No Boundary is coming. And I will be covering that along with Thomas Evans. And that's going to be in October. That's our next card. Our next event we will be covering. We will be covering No Boundary. I talked to Fred yesterday or today on the phone. We're going to be getting some interviews going. We're going to have Fred and Mohammed in studio with me and Tom, and we're going to talk all about No Boundary and their vision and what they're looking for. And they want to hit, fan base, MMA fans. So that's where I come in. And, Mike had that whole combat night. So MMA and Muay Thai, a lot of crossing over going on, a lot of things happening between those two martial arts. So I think Glory is going to call. Let me see. I'm going to message her right now. Just look at that poster. What else I got up here? Before, that's about it. I mean, I had the Cupcakes article up there, but I'm going to keep that up there because we have a 4-man last standing tournament here where fighters going to fight like a couple of times during the night. What is it? 1, 2, twice. Winner takes home the belt. So let me message Glory. Bear with me, kids. I don't have a producer here. There she is. And Glory is just coming off a first round finish at NEF, dropping down to strawweight after her progression, I think, from 140 pounds, then all the way down to 125, where she captured the amateur flyweight title for NEF. Said she was fighting out of her weight class, and she dropped down to strawweight and finished the girl in ground and pound in the first round. I don't know if, hopefully Glory gets this. So I sent her a message, so we'll still just keep talking about No Boundary till she gets back to me. So as far as No Boundary, we have Sean Schubert fighting again. He's going to be making he's going to be rematching that last fight where he got a gash, an elbow, a legal elbow, not by any fault from his opponent. The elbow pad just slipped up. So Sean, he got caught with a couple elbows to the eye. So the fight was called, I think, in between the second and third round. And it was a great fight. It sucks that it was stopped, but Sean had a big gash. That was a big gash. So that fight is going to be going on again in No Boundary, a rematch. We got these killers right here. We got Aaron Ortiz fighting out of Team Link. We know there's huge killers in there. Mike Triana fights out of there. Who else fights out of there? So many big-time Muay Thai fighters. Where I'm still learning these guys and learning these kids because it's a whole new ball game to me. So I don't know if Glory remembers she's got to call in or not, but we're going to give her a few more minutes because you're going to have to listen to me like for 15 minutes if she doesn't call. I wish I put some stuff up here for, we also had, let me just talk to you about Thomas Evans, and the United Community, I can't even think of the name, United Community Center of Rhode Island. It's his new nonprofit. It used to be Team United. We had the kids there over the weekend, Saturday. It was beautiful. Tom and his team built a ring in there. Now they can have smokers. They can have their kids kumite. That's happening again in November. I think the weekend of, the weekend of, I don't know, holiday. But Glory Watson is ready. So she's saved by the wet bell here. Saved by the bell. All right, so let me get that picture out. All right, I'm going to call her right now. Calling now. Calling now. All right, let me get that off. All right. Make sure this is all hooked up. All right, we're ready to go. Is this ready? Oh, yes. Hello?
Hi, Steve.
How are you, Glory?
I'm good. How are you?
I am excellent. How you doing this evening?
Pretty good. I actually was on my way home when you texted me and said ready, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to hurry.
Oh no, I would have waited. I would have just kept fumbling my words and thinking something to say here. But did you see me treading water?
No, I just turned it on. I came into the gym because I was closer to the gym than home. So
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, Glory, I'm not going to have you on long because I know you're busy. You got an early start tomorrow, you said. But we want to talk to you about this fight, and because it was your first fight at strawweight. Talk to us, Glory. How was it? How was your experience, and how'd you feel there in a new weight?
so we fought a girl that was 0-1. So she had very little experience, and she didn't have a winning experience, but she was the only girl that we could find to take the fight. She was great. She was super nice, awesome. I wish I could say that it was evenly matched.
Yeah.
But I think because of the experience that I had, it was a little unevenly matched. So that was tough. But she was great. I felt great throughout all of my camp, and I felt great that night. So 115 is definitely better for me.
Excellent. Like we talked about in the past, I think, what was your first weight or the highest weight you fought at? 140 or?
Yeah, I fought Megan Rosado at 140.
So you've gone all the way down, all the way from 140 to 115, basically dominating. And now you're finally at a home weight of 115. Did you feel speed? Like, what was the difference in there as far as what you feeling as far as your speed and all that stuff?
The fight didn't last super long, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
But I definitely felt faster.
Well, what I seen in the fight, because you had it on Facebook. I mean, you kept it standing most of the time you could until she shot in, but you connected a few times on your feet. You had good combinations, trying to work it together till she shot in. But you looked quick in the air and confident. As far as that, watching that fight, that cage is pretty small though, right?
It's very small. It definitely played a part in my fight with Kari Hill, it being as small as it was. And again, I noticed it while I was going with Lynn McMillan, so it's very small.
Yeah, because watching it is like, it is what it is, and there's lots of cages around New England like that. But when you go in there, is that in your mind, or it doesn't matter? I mean, you're gonna close the distance, and you finish people on the ground anyway,
Yeah, and something that I've said in all of my interviews is it kind of depends on what your opponent does. You have to play off them.
Now, you talked about your opponent not having much, much experience. You dropping down to 115 pounds. It's hard to get fights as it is. Do you think it's going to be harder to get fights at 115 pounds? Or it's hard to get them no matter 125, 115, 135?
They're really hard to find in any weight class. But I can't give away much, but I have fight news coming. So
strawweight fight news coming?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, can you give away a month and territory?
It'll be in November.
All right, there's a bunch of cards. You can't say New England or not New England, right?
It's in New England.
All right, cool. All right, so we know where that's going. So excellent, good for you. So you already they already got somebody lined up for you. That's pretty good. I mean, well, I was gonna say NEF's taking care of you, but we don't know if you're fighting there or not. But you still own that featherweight title. Is that something? Not feather. I'm so sorry. The flyweight title. Is that something that you want to keep, the flyweight title? Is that something that you think you might bounce back to, or strawweight the home and where you're going to stay until you kind of go pro?
So if someone stepped up to try to take the flyweight belt, then it would be a fight that we would very, very likely entertain. But as of right now, there's no one that's tried to step up to take the belt. So I'm going to hold on to it as long as I can. Probably end up vacating it when I go pro.
Excellent. We're 5-0 now. 5-0.
6-0 now.
6-0. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
You're 6-0. I looking up on Tapology. I mean, Is there any other straw weights? Not giving away your opponent or anything like that, because they're probably grabbing someone out of state or whatever. But are there any other straw weights? Like really, like where do you stand in the straw weights in the New England divisions?
I'm not positive. Pound for pound wise, I'm number 6 in New England for pros and amateurs. I'm the top amateur, and I want to say, I know Hillary Rose, I believe she is above me, and she's a straw weight. But I'm not I don't look at it. I'm awful at it.
Yeah, that's right. I looked at it, and when I looked at it, you're right. You are what you said, number 6 in the pound for pound women's. And when I looked at it, I said they got her mixed in with professional ladies too, and that's probably because why do they mix the amateur and the pros together? Is that because there's not enough amateurs?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Well, you're up there with a lot of, like you said, you got Hillary Rose, you got Kerry Kennison, who's an Invicta. You have Jessie Mealy, who is fighting for Bellator, and as we know, she's a tear. So you're in great company there. That's pretty mentioned in that company, huh?
Yeah, no, it's a big thing.
Let me look too, because I have your stats up here somewhere, and I should have known.
I think I'm 122 in the United States.
Let me see.
And that's pros and amateurs.
See, I should have known. I have you right here. You're 6-0. You know your shit. It's me. I'm out of my mind. But yeah, look at that record. All green. It's all green glory. All wins.
Yes.
That's nice to look at. And so then we got here we got pound for pound. I got the pound for pound. So we have at number 1, we have Jessie Mealy. Then we have Marissa Spider Monkey Balancia, who that girl's a killer. She actually signed for Invicta. Then Kerry Kennison, that fights for Invicta. Hillary Rose, who you mentioned, who is another strawweight. Who is this? Daniel Hinley, who fights at South Shore. Yep. I don't know. She's not a strawweight, is she? She's a lightweight, I think.
I'm not
flyweight. And then we have you at number 6, and then right behind you is Taylor Thompson. So we so we have 2 amateurs, 6 and 7 as the pound for pound. Wow. Yeah, Taylor's too heavy for you. I was gonna say.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's a lot taller.
Actually, I think she came off a loss not too long ago, so I don't know if she's ready to get back in there. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Two amateurs right there, 6 and 7. Congratulations on there with being with them. I know you're in Maine or something, but do you ever think of trying to get down here and train with Hillary or anything like that?
I know Chelsea Tucker goes down and trains at Lausanne every once in a while. So she's offered to have me go down with her. It's just kind of hard to fit in my schedule because I work so often. I work all weekend. I work all weekend. Yeah,
and then it's a haul for you too, you know. But and like
it's about 4 hours.
And you know what happens? What I see a lot in Lausanne's is once the amateur ladies they make it to pro, or when they're gonna make that pro debut, a lot of them start going to Lausanne's and getting in that live sparring with everybody. Yeah, so you know it's always open for them if you ever make the trek down here. But Glory, so we're 6-0 now. You got a strawweight fight coming. Do you know if it's could it be for some more bling bling?
We will see.
I like your tone. So, all right. So that's awesome. So it's got to be for NEF. There's no all right. So that's awesome. Good for you know what I mean. And watching your fight, I mean the crowd. That's your crowd there. That is your crowd. Yeah, it was awesome. Now
I have a great following.
Now I got some training footage of you right here, and I do believe it was in your training camp before this fight, and just watching you. I mean, you're fluent. I want to see more of that. I want these fights to last a little longer now, and watch you on your feet because you're looking really good on your feet until they want to hit the ground with you.
Yes, that seems to be the going thing. Is everyone just wants to snuggle me?
But you figure in the strawweight, the ladies going to be much faster. They're going to want to, stay on their feet much more and just bang a little more. Oh my God, look at you go there! Holy cow! So Glory, you came out of that fight, not a scratch on you, basically. How long was it? Like a minute 30 seconds?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. It was a minute and 23 seconds.
So November. When do you get back at the training camp? Are you already there?
I'm already there.
Excellent. So I see Matt Peterson already putting out fight announcements. Cam Arnold, he's going to be defending this title. Zach Richards, which was pretty cool. He's going to be stepping up to the lightweight title.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, really good for him. He had a quick finish there. How was the night in a whole as far as the event? How exciting was it for you to get back in there and fight at that weight and in front of that crowd again?
It was amazing. The venue in itself, we were all kind of iffy on it. Weren't really sure how it was going to be. But after I fought, I went out into this, all of the seats, and seeing it from a spectator's perspective, it really wasn't a bad venue at all.
Did you have? Go ahead.
I was going to say a lot. I was told that a lot of people came in and left after my fight because I have such a big following, so that was really fun. Yeah,
that happens a lot, and especially the favorite there. And you sell a lot of tickets, so they're coming to see you, support you. But it's still supporting the event because they're still getting the money for them. But last question before I let you do shout outs and good stuff like that. Did you have any cheerleaders there? Because you did say somebody in your family runs the cheerleading squad or something at the college there?
Yeah, my sister is the head cheerleading coach for the University of Maine, and we had some of her girls were there, and she's actually a cheerleading coach for another local gym. So them were there, some of their parents. So I have a very diverse group of followers, and I love every second of it.
Excellent. All right, so I know you're fighting for NEF. Of course you're fighting for NEF. But will that venue be closer or about the same distance? Because you're fighting in Portland, or NEF's next card is in Portland, right?
Yes, the NEF next card is in Portland.
All right. Is that closer to you than the last? How far is Portland from you?
It's about a little over 2 hours.
Oh, so that's a trek too. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, Orono is about 25 minutes.
Oh my Lord! Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, you're gonna be driving a little bit, but I can't wait to see who Matt is matching you up with, and I'm sure that announcement's going to be coming in the next few days because he's starting to trickle out all good stuff right now. So, last thing, Glory, you want to shout out your social media and how we get in touch with you and anything else you want to say?
Yeah, so social media, people are awful with it. Glory Watson MMA is my Instagram handle and my Facebook page. And then I have a whole list of sponsors, and I was super smart this time, and I have them all written down.
Yes.
I'm growing up so fast.
You're learning. Every fight you're learning.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I have Jen Moon, Ricky Dexter, Monty Rand Photography, Edith Dyer, who works for ERA Dawson Bradford Realtors, Lucky 13 Tattoo, Aflac, Sea Dog Brewing, B&B Paving, Feed Me Fit 207 has been huge, Ipanema, Thunder Pig Boxing, Union Street Athletics, Young's MMA, obviously, my home, the Uppercut 207, she's the one who always braids my hair, HDS Enterprises, Discount Furniture, Chagaman, and Float 207.
Excellent. God.
Yeah.
So, and you of course,
a lot of sponsors.
Yeah, well, you got another fight coming in November, so you're going to add a few more. You're going to have to get 2 shirts.
I'm gonna try.
Well,
A lot of my sponsors that trade stuff, and a lot of it is just for like my recovery and stuff like that. I have a lot of a massage therapist. I have chaga tea. I have a whole bunch of stuff.
excellent, excellent. Well, it all helps you through your journey, and you're giving back to them because you're very popular, and you got a huge following. So they get a lot of play, your sponsors. So I'm sure they love backing you. So Glory, next time I talk to you, it's going to be about your matchup. We'll do another Skype interview, and we'll blow it up and see what's next.
Well, that sounds great.
All right, Glory. So thanks so much, and we'll see you. We'll see you real soon.
Yes, thank you.
All right, you have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, there you go. Glory, I made a mistake. She's 6-0. Amateur MMA. You can't say, 6-0. Amateur MMA. 1-0. Strawweight. And she has another strawweight fight in November on NEF, which is awesome. I hate, not that I hate it, but it sucks talking to the guests on the phone when you're alone in here and no one else is helping you with questions and you can't see their faces and you're trying to edit and send things at the same time. So I'm trying to get her picture out of here right now, which I could find because Tom Pags is going to be calling in. There is the picture I want right there. The guest picture. So just to let everyone know, I edit all this stuff on my lunch at work. Like, I photocrop all the pictures, the videos, I load them into the computer, and then I gotta arrange them, and then I gotta come back here and set everything back up, because I just broke it down for an event I was at Saturday. So I am still looking for someone. Hey, Rosa Fernandez. I'm still looking for anyone that can come in here and wants to produce the show for me every Wednesday night. All you have to do is I'll set you up in the corner over here. I'll even give you a little camera that we could flash on you every so often. Like, you're going to be in control. All I needed you is to press buttons. And like when I'm interviewing a fighter, I already have everything labeled, locked in here. All you have to do is press the little I and it pops up. I just want to sit back and relax and drink a beer or, have my tea and just do this. Yeah, Glory. Yeah, Tom. Yeah. So I need a producer. So anyone wants to do that, I'm not paying you shit, but, the show's going to blow up someday. Literally. You'll be part of it, and I'll give you props. If you're a college student, you'll get credits because this is part of Regional Fight Sports, which is a nonprofit. So that's all I'm saying. So Tom, let me message Tom because we got what time is it? 2 minutes with Tom. He can call now. Let me see. And we're talking about Tom Tom Pags, the Phenom, which I wore his hoodie at the Smokeout at Cage Titans, and he gave me a shout out for that. Wasn't sure he was too keen on me. I don't know if I have Tom's number. Is it under Tom Pags? Let's see. This is where I need a producer who contacts the next caller and has them ready to call. So hold on. I'll call him on Messenger. That'll work. Should work. And he's on, like I said, Tom is on break. All right, I just said you ready. I don't know if he has my number or not. So I just got off the phone with Glory Watson, who says she's fighting in November again, and fighting at strawweight, and it could be for she can't say if it's for a belt. Wink, wink, wink. So that's pretty cool. So, and now we're going to talk to Tom Pags, the Phenom, and we're going to talk about him about his recent fight at NEF also. Where he defended his featherweight title. There he is. I'm going to say his name right.
Hello?
Tom Pagliarulo?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I said it right, baby! Oh, dude. I said it wrong when I was just saying it earlier, and then I just said it right, man. It came back to me. I practiced it all day, Tom, but, I was under pressure.
No, you nailed it.
So now I'm going to call you Pags now. I got through that. I'm all set.
Yeah, that works.
What's up, champ? How you feeling?
Good.
Dude, defended your title?
Yep.
Stand up, buddy. Your stand up looked great in there, and we talked in the interview. That was something you wanted to show because a lot of your fights have been kind of like on the ground, and training with Rob Font. You wanted to show what you've been learning and what you've been, progressing at, man. Congratulations, brother. How'd you feel about that fight?
Good, man. Yeah, definitely wanted to show I could do a little more on my feet. I'm a little bummed to at least get one takedown. I like to go in there and try and do a bit of everything, but I'm happy with it. Still a lot to work on though.
Now, did you even like duck? You were doing a lot of feints and stuff like that. Did you ever go for a takedown at all, or was it more feints and trying to get him to to bite on it?
Yeah, it was all feints. I went jab to the head and then two to the body, and I kind of slipped. There's like a wet spot in the cage that I slipped on. So I kind of went for a takedown there, but it was kind of set up crappy. So I let go of it and just stood with him.
So that was the one. That's what I was going to ask you about, because I think that was early in the round. It almost like I saw the slip, like you kind of like. It looked like you were going to duck in for a takedown, but I was like, did he get caught there? But
yeah,
no.
That's what Rob thought too. He couldn't see because the rep was in his way. So he asked me after. He's like, "Did you get tagged or something there?" But no, I just like slipped, and it is what it is.
Oh, all right, cool, man. But I gotta say, the dude you fought coming out of Young's, man, he had a good game plan. He was trying to like keep it on his feet. Well, as much as he could, because you were kind of picking him apart there, but he was trying to leg kick you and keep that distance. Did you feel your length and just how much distance and the cage being kind of small, that you could cover so much distance with this kid and just pick him apart?
Yeah, he was no small guy himself. I think he was just as tall as me.
Oh, is that right?
Maybe a little taller. He was huge, man. That's probably the biggest 45er I fought. But I think I did a good job of controlling the center of the cage. I really tried to press forward the whole time. He had some good teeps and was using his distance well, but once I got the read on him, I really took over the center of that cage.
Yeah, did he his leg kicks, couple of leg kicks to your left thigh caught you, but did any of them teeps connect at all, or was it more just, maybe a little jab to you?
Yeah, most of them I think I parried away. He landed one to my chest, and then he had one good leg kick that I felt. A lot of them were kind of just catching me on the end of the foot, but yeah, he got one good one in there.
Now, yeah, you know what, Tom? I looked at the going on NEF's website and their page, looking at the pictures. Most of the pictures, I'm trying to get pictures for the interview here. Most of them are like good pictures of him showing like it looks like he's hitting you. Like I'm
yeah.
But I actually have your fight footage, so I'm gonna play that too. So that'll be redemption. So, Tom, you defended your title. You had a lot of boos in there and a lot of cheers for him. Nothing new for you, man. You're getting used to it or what?
Yeah, man, it is what it is, and it's probably not going to change. I like to do a lot of traveling. I fight away from home a lot, so that one was 4 hours, 3.5 hours away from me. So it is what it is, man. It adds to the atmosphere. It's fun for me. Like I said before, I don't really hear that stuff when I'm in there fighting. Just kind of do my thing and listen to my coaches.
Yeah, and you know what I mean. You definitely did. How much? Was Rob Font? Who else was in there? Dave Sparrow was in the side with you too.
Yeah, it was just two of them.
Awesome. How how was the coaching and how'd you feel in there defending the title?
Felt good. The coaching was phenomenal. I could really hear him. I was listening. There's actually one point in the video, if you listen, you can hear Rob say, 1-2 touch. That's a combo we've been drilling, and I hit it right away, and I rocked him with the right hand from it. So yeah, they were making the right reads, and I was listening, and we got it done. Felt good, man. I like to say you're not the champ till you defend the belt, so I'm happy I got to go in there and defend the title as an amateur.
Excellent. And what a way. I mean, you cut him open. Were you surprised? Did you see the gash on him? Did you know, like, at the end of the round that that it stopped? Or you really you couldn't tell?
So I knew it was coming from his nose. So I knew I broke his nose.
Oh, that's right.
I could see it towards the end of the round. It was pretty busted up. And then I could see him kind of hold, like, the one side of his face was kind of, like, swelling up a bit. But once I heard that 10-second bell, I just kind of started throwing. I know I hit a right hand pretty hard again in the nose. So I didn't think they were going to stop it. But once the ref was telling me how bad it was, and I kind of saw it as I walked by him waiting for the next round, I kind of had a feeling they were going to stop it just because the bleeding wouldn't stop.
Yeah, I mean, that's MMA. What are you going to do? But, I mean, you were lighting him up on the feet, and you're the one that caused that. You know what I mean? Are you disappointed that I mean, of course, you wanted to finish it and do it, but, you know, you're there in one round and you're still fresh. Are you disappointed they stopped it, or, you know, it's on to the next one?
The cage time's always good, so it's nice to get in there and get as much time as you can. But some guys get disappointed with that. I can't say I'm disappointed, 'cause, you know what I mean? Like you said, I did that. That's something I caused through my striking. So it just means what I was doing was working, and it got stopped as a result of that. So it is what it is, man. Obviously, I know he wanted to keep going, and he's a gamer. I would have kept going. I was ready for that next round, but it is what it is, and I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing.
Excellent. As far as doing what you're doing, you defended that title. Tom, I know, you know, you've been fighting out of your area 3.5 hours away. Are you looking to fight closer to your area? And I'm showing you fight right now. When it ends, I'll change to something else, because I do, you know, looking at Tapology, you're number 2, because I think the guy that's in the number 2 spot, you're number 3, but the guy in the number 2 is a pro now.
Yeah, Nick Fiore.
Yeah.
I've actually been training with him a little bit. I don't even think he's going to be sticking around featherweight anymore, but yeah, he's going pro, I believe.
Excellent. So the only 2 guys there's one below you and there's one above you, is Miguel in New England, is Miguel Cuevas and Shane Doherty, both champions of other promotions. Are you looking just for the toughest competition? It doesn't matter if it's outside Rhode Island. Do you want to go, I mean, outside of New England, do you want to go fight outside New England and test talent out there? Or are you looking to be the top dog at featherweight in New England before you turn pro?
I'll fight anyone, man. Where it is, I'm always down to fight anyone at this point. I think we got something planned coming up. I'm not going to speak too much on it because I don't know how much I can say yet, but just say I'm always ready, man. I haven't stopped training. There really is no training camp for me. I took the weekend off after my fight and then got right back to it. So I'm ready to go, and we should have some news for you soon.
Excellent, man. I'm looking at your stats here. And like it said, you know, I got who is here in the running with you in New England here. New England Amateur Men's Featherweight. You got Miguel Cuevas, who, you know, it's funny. That would have been a great, because Miguel Cuevas was supposed to fight Shane Doherty at Cage Titans, but Shane had an illness during training camp. He couldn't train properly. So that would have been a cool fight to see, you know, because that would have definitely been the top dog right there. But who else we got over here? See, I don't know these other names too much. So those are I mean, if you're fighting in New England, them are two guys there that would be an incredible match. And like you're looking to test yourself and all that other stuff, but you already got a fight ready to come, man. I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah. Can't wait, man. Like those 2 names you said, those are big names. I think all 3 of us are big up and comers, and I'd love to do it. I know Shane trains out of Lozon's, and I'm there too on Saturdays with Rob, so I don't know how that would work. I'm kind of probably going to be a training partner, but I'm down for anyone, man. So we'll see.
Well, excellent. I mean, I don't know when the next reality card is. It might be a little too late for you, but hey, if they got to bring talent in, or you know, get on it, I don't know. There's options for you any way you want to go. You Rob Font backing you. You're fighting and training with all them killers at Lozon's and the Burgess and Sparrows. You got a lot of big names behind you, even fighting in everyone else's backyard. Well, you're doing the work, brother. So you're producing and man, from having a 5-round war, kind of a wrestling match with Zach, and now you're you're lighting people up on your feet, man. You're progressing, man, a lot. Who you can, before I let you go, who can you shout that out to, and who's been helping you along other than Rob Font?
Honestly, man, this whole camp has really just been me and him for the most part. I work with my coaches, Nate Lamont, Dave Spiro, Brian Cheating, all those guys, man. It's just the whole team plays a part in it. But really, this whole camp, Rob's kind of just taking me everywhere with him and really got that striking going. We do a lot of work on the ground, too. Tyson Chartier, Calvin Cater, they worked with me. Everyone at Haverhill Inner City Boxing Gym, Sean Farley over there worked with me a lot. So I got a whole team working with me, man. It's a big project, and it's working out.
Are you going to Moscow?
I don't know, man. We'll see. We got that call. We got that call last week. We were at the boxing gym training, and Tyson called and told us the news about that. So it's a bummer, but it is what it is, man. I know wherever they put Calvin, whoever they put in front of him was gonna knock him out. Yeah.
What, you had the news that the guy got injured, right? But
we knew about that before I fought. So we found out about Russia last week.
All right. Yeah, because they post. Which is funny thing about it is, like, I don't know if he got injured. One website said he was injured, but what's he injured for 2 weeks? Because the fight's like what? They pushed it up 2.5 weeks or so, right?
Yeah, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say on it. That's it's not my thing.
Yeah, no, I understand.
When it comes out, it'll come out.
I think he had a visa issue or something. That's something happened. Yeah, something's going on. But or he was afraid to fight in Boston.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Well, Tom, all right. Did I ask you when when this fight is happening?
Probably November.
There's a lot of fights happening in November. I love it.
It's probably end of November is what I'm thinking.
All right, I'll have to.
That's all I can give.
That's all right, man. You didn't even have to say that, but I'm going to be all over Tapology now. So
I know.
All right, Tom. Last thing, shout outs and all that good stuff, man. Social media, because man, you're the defending amateur featherweight NEF champ now. And you're on a tear, man. So shout everything out.
Yeah, social media. Follow me on Instagram at Tom Pags. Facebook, just my name, Tom Pagliarulo. Shout out to all my sponsors: Knott's Barbershop in Haverhill, Hard Body Meals in Haverhill, New England Pipelining, Cameron Tactics, Dentec in New England, and Alphabolic Supplements. All those guys make the dream possible. So. Thankful for them. Thankful to all the people who put in the work with me for this past camp, and just gonna keep it rolling, man.
Excellent. Well, Miguel Cuevas is watching. That's all I got to say. Number 1 and 2 are on my show right now.
Hey,
I fucking love it.
Down,
all right, my man, Tom. Thanks so much for calling in. I know you're on break at work, but definitely when you hear something and you can talk, man, let's interview. And you ever want to come down here with Calvin or Rob Font and sit in and do it right here, even with Sparrow again, I'm all for it, man.
Yeah, we'll make something happen.
All right, my friend. You have a good night. Thanks so much for calling in.
Thank you. Have a good one, bro.
All right, take care. So there you go. All right, let me take that off. There we go. Here's my take on this. He said the end of November. I don't know what's at the end of November. Oh my God, I'm getting over a cold, by the way. So Miguel Cuevas I love Miguel Cuevas, let me tell you. When he was going to fight Shane Doherty, that fight was breaking my heart. Because I love Shane Doherty, I love Miguel. I was at Miguel Cuevas's first amateur fight. I filmed it, everything, man. He still uses a lot of my, fights, reality fights, everything I filmed. I love that kid. I always knew he was going to be a beast. That first time I seen him put that kid in the triangle, and he keeps doing it. So I can't. Who knows if that's the fight to make? But that is the fight to make. But that's 1 and 2. I just don't know where that fight would happen, or if it would happen with Shane Doherty. Cage Titans is the beginning of November. Tom sounds like he's saying the end of November. What else is in there? NEF's in there. Is I don't know. Is Combat Zone in there? Who knows? Who owns belts? Who got the Dave Sparrow? Who got the beans? I love it. So I'm loving it. So I need the beans, Dave. I need the beans. So with that said, that's a huge fight. Why not collect another belt or try to collect another belt? Let me tell you, any one of those fights right there, them 3 fights, come on. Actually, wait a minute. So that narrows it down, baby. Well, I don't know. Because Shane's not going to fight Tom. Tom's not going to fight Shane because they train at Lozon's. They're both gunning for Miguel. Miguel, they're both coming after you. So, Annie is number 1. Like I said, I love Miguel. Team Link hooks it. Team Link Ludlow. Team Link Worcester. Guys fucking everywhere. So, I love the kid. I love Tom. I love Shane. So, we'll see what's happening with that. So, awesome. So Miguel, you want to call in? Miguel, you want to call? Where's Miguel? Miguel, you watching? You want to call in? Let me see if Miguel wants to call in. Get some shit rolling. Get some shit, stir some shit. Miguel. Actually, no. Miguel's going to fight soon. He's got to fight soon. So we're going to... If he wants to call. You got 2 minutes to call in, Miguel. Call me on Messenger. But... yeah, I would love that fight. I would love... actually, I wouldn't love that fight because I love both the kids. But it might have to happen. Who else is out there? Zach Richards going up to 155. He's fighting at 155 pounds for NEF. NEF title. Vacant title, I do believe. And Cam Arnold. Cam Arnold is defending his featherweight belt. His bantamweight belt. NEF again. This is all happening in November, and I think I'm going to be at that show. It depends if it's on the holiday. I can't go if it's on the holiday weekend because my job sucks. So, no, I can't go if it's on the holiday weekend. So, last thing, I'm going to go right back to this. Last thing is free cupcakes. Remember, hashtag free cupcakes. Let's get Johnny Cupcakes Campbell back, reinstated, out of his suspension, because it's a crock of shit. So, that is that. Johnny Cupcakes, we're going to be talking to you sooner than later, finding out more about what's going on with your suspension. Remember, over here, Mike Heck wrote about it today, right here. Bodylock.com. The Bodylock.com. Cupcakes Campbell talks all about the Rhode Island State Athletic Commission and the process he's going with back into to try to get his win to stay as a win and him to be reinstated as a fighter so he can fight now. Free cupcakes now. So let's get that out of there. So go check that out, thebodylock.com. Check that article. Go to Cupcakes Facebook page. Go to mine. We all shared it. It's everywhere. Again, we have Calvin Kattar and Zabit fighting in Moscow because Zabit he's afraid to fight in Boston. Also, Manny Bermuda is fighting Charles Rosa. That was announced like 2 days ago. And the funny thing about that, Manny Bermuda takes a picture. He announces that he has a fight for in Boston, right? And he leaves the contract on the table in the picture. So the picture was blown up and sent all over message. It was the funniest fucking thing in the world. He took the picture down and put a new one up. But thank God they announced it the next day anyway. So it was kind of funny. Kind of a messenger kind of funny thing going on here. So that's going to be a huge card. We also have Joe Lozon on that card. And Randy Costa is on that card. So we have 4 New England big-time fighters there fighting on that card. There's going to be someone else that I'm missing. I have no idea because I don't follow the UFC like I used to. Also, No Boundary. That is the next event that Tom and us at Regional Fight Sports will be covering. I will be interviewing fighters from that card. We got the Last Man Standing 2 tournament. The men are back in that tournament. 165-pound tournament. That's my weight if I fought 165 pounds. I would get killed. So that's coming soon. So that's about it. So I like to thank Glory Watson, Tom Pagliarulo, and all you people for tuning in, checking out the show, all that good stuff. So Tom's got a fight coming up in November. Glory Watson's got a fight coming up in November. I'm going to be watching wherever the hell they're going, and I'm going to go watch them in November. So a lot of stuff happened in November. We got Cage Titans back in November, and NEF, and I don't know who else as far as MMA. It's probably a million other fucking cards. But with that said, it's 9:30. We went an hour. That's good enough for me. So I'm going to have a beer and get out of here. So thanks for tuning in, people.